Hey everybody. So yeah, we've spent a lot of time on trying to get these tabbings working. There's actually a lot of little things that you just don't really think about when you do it. And then in the last video, we got very sidetracked again. So we're already sidetracked, and then we got sidetracked again by one of those weird any item changed before errors. So, anyways, we got that figured out, and now where we're at is we just kind of have to step back in. And so if I go to 4200, let's see, that works. Oh, we're waiting. Yeah, it pushes us to discrete, and we're looking at discrete. So that looks good. Like when you first come in, you click API, and the API opens, and you have an API up in there, in the URL field. So that's good. Um, wah, wah. So the continuous opens up, but the API is broken. Um, so that's not our only problem. We have other problems too, but it's good to kind of take care of them as one at a time. To understand it. And this is kind of what leads to what I was talking about in the last video about this project is you just fix a lot of stuff, and then by the time you're done fixing it all, you don't really remember um, all the individual fixes, and so then you're just like, yeah, I got it done. And well, how'd you do it? I did it good. I did it real good. You just don't have any answers. But anyway, so let's go ahead and so I have a tab change event, and then I have a console log, and then I just automatically push it to the API. So obviously that's not going to work. So basically we want like a dictionary that says, I guess, API is probably 1, right? Yeah, and then continuous is 2, and then logs is 3, and then discrete is 0. So basically we want to kind of create like a little lookup. I don't know if it needs to be like a local, like I mean like a component level lookup, or if it could just be a local. So I'm just gonna name this thing LU for lookup, and then I'm just gonna say 1 dot, and then really 0 dot, and then slash discrete. Oh, last time I talked about this, I think I said I was gonna do a switch here, but I don't know. I like this better. Is switch better? Is this better? I don't know. It's really, truly a more about what your culture, where you work, what they're the most comfortable with. In my current latest job, I see switches in the code all the time, so I think they really like switches. So I would make it a switch. But in my last job, they always made dictionaries for everything. Um, so I would probably um, make dictionaries. I always made dictionaries there. So I think logs, I think these numbers are good. I think in order to be sure, we need to look into routing. Um, so it's discrete, logs, API, and continuous. So alt left, discrete, logs, API, and continuous. I think that's right. So then we want to go to, instead of that, what is it? I think the event is literally just, yeah, the event is just a number. So we just want to go to dash event. And I don't know why it doesn't like that. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to undo this because it is being gnarly. Let's see. LU event. LU 0. It's fine. Um, Okay, so let's try const index equals event. Can I say index? And it's complaining about what again? What are you complaining about? It's saying a number. Const val equals 0. Okay, that's weird. Event as number. So it's saying that as, let's try this, 0. Okay, so it's happy with that, 0, 1, 2, or 3. So we're saying that it's going to be a 0, 1, 2, or 3, and it's saying, okay, fine, you can do that. I don't really like that. That's one thing I don't like about, like, I don't know. I do not know what to think of this. You know, the fact that I have to tell it that's that. I feel like I could have also like declared this thing as a dictionary. So, and I can never remember how to declare a dictionary. I always have to look that up, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. So I think for now I'm just going to go for this. I don't see any problem with this. I think it's very clear that we're going to have 4 values and all that. Let's see. I guess it would be good to give it sort of a name that's a little bit more. It's a little bit more explicit. Route index. And this would probably, like, if I was working, like, if I just knew I had to get through a PR, I would probably create a type that's route indexes, and then I would say that this is of type route indexes, and I guess someone watching this might need to be able to do that. So I'm just going to do this here. Route index. This should be capital. It's typically type is of, I think it's type, and then equals, I cannot remember how to, maybe I have to put type before it. Let's see, TypeScript. Declare type. Generating. Oh, lowercase. I think this would get you sort of, if you put you probably, like if you're in Angular, you probably have an indexes. I mean, some sort of interface file, and if you do that, this will probably, you could just put something like this in there, and then that you might need to do like an enumeration, but this would typically get you by, like, I think it's explicit enough that most organizations will let you do it. Now let's just see if it even works. Okay, so Control S. So we are an API. So this is another problem that we're going to have, but for now, I'm not going to worry about that problem. I'm just going to go through this happy path, and API worked, continuous worked, and logs worked. Okay, so that's good. I think you could even declare this. I'm just gonna I only did that like just so because I mentioned making a type. Can I do that here? Yeah, I can even do that in there. Okay, let's get ahead and get rid of this console log, and we have our we have this working. So tomorrow, what I want to do is in here. Here is where I will probably want to, actually I'll probably end up using this object. Does that make sense? Basically, oh no, so I'm gonna want to do the reverse. I'm gonna want to, no. I'm gonna want to take this and, oh, okay, so what I need to do is, so like when I hit logs, I want to actually set the tab to an index. So, and actually it is sort of the reverse of that. So like if I get the discrete index, because let's look in here. Yeah, so if I get /logs, then I'm going to want to set the index of the tab to 3. So basically, I'm going to say something along the lines of this dot tab group dot selected index is equal to, let's just do that for 2, just to prove that it works. Yeah, see, so in this specific case, it should be 3. So really what we need is sort of a reverse lookup of this. So it probably makes sense to actually make a function that, like, if you give it a, I don't know exactly how to do it. Because basically what I want is like the reverse of this. I want to look up, but discrete returns 0, API returns 1, continuous returns logs, or continuous returns 2, and logs returns 3. Which, like if you think about it, if you had that in a file that has all your interfaces in it, if you had that, it makes sense. You might have those two next to each other. So any developer that came after you, and let's say you added a new tab and a new URL up there, it's very easy because they can see both of them up there and they can just update both of them, which is pretty simple, and all that. So that I probably will create a new constant lookup with just everything reversed tomorrow and then update that, and then I think that's it. I think we've figured out all the different issues for everything is just automatically going there now. Then I think we figured out all the tabbing / routing issues, and next week we can get back to the actual task at hand, which is the speech recognition API. It appears that we are still in WebKit speech recognition API mode. I think since I built that out, I think I've had 2 new updates of Google Chrome. So we're still in the WebKit thing, and so as long as we're in WebKit, who knows? The API is still up for grabs. So there was really no hurry to get this whole analyzer done. So that said, happy coding, everybody, and bye.